ready for a treat tonight? The 33rd Annual Silver Apple Award. A marketing association without members. Sounds crazy, no?
But in our little city of New York, you might say every one of us needs a community where we can network, meet with friends, and scratch out a simple living in this industry. Even here at the Silver Apples, we have our traditions.
For instance, honoring the best and the brightest marketers in the industry.
But it takes much coordination and a legacy of tireless devotion to achieve this balance.
You may ask, how did we keep up these traditions for the past 30 years? That I can tell you in 2 words. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen. Stu Boysen.
Who was this man? Our executive director feeds us at the Yale Club, lines up all our chairs.
And who day and night must scramble for a member, making sure you never roam. Stu Boysen, Stu Boysen, everybody, who? Stu Boysen, Stu Boysen, Stu Boysen, Stu Boysen, Stu Boysen and tradition. Without them, we would have been as shaky as a predictive model without proof.
Hey. As president of the Direct Marketing Club of New York, it has been my privilege and pleasure to serve this association and industry. Tonight, our first honoree shares my devotion to this organization, but he trumps me by a few decades, give or take. He is our Golden Apple recipient this evening, and an individual who truly embodies the spirit of this organization. He started his direct marketing career in 1978 with Hoke Communications. Just look at those reams of computer paper. He went on to become president of Hoke Communications and served other organizations as well, Direct Marketing Days, Fundraising Day, and he was president of the Fulfillment Management Association, just to name a few. And we were fortunate to have him as our executive director of DMCNY for 33 years. Now he is living in retirement bliss way up north in New Hampshire. He has served many a DMCNY president and board, earned a Silver Apple in 1997, and the title of Executive Director Emeritus upon his retirement last year. I will tell you firsthand that Stu serves as the institutional memory, the protocol traffic cop, and the goodwill ambassador for every new regime at DMCNY. And he does it all with poise, composure, and a smile. Will you please help me welcome to the stage our special honoree and 2017 Golden Apple recipient of 50 years, Mr. Stu Boysen.
I think she said she was going to sneak back and get my award. Maybe they haven't made it yet. I don't know. What do you think? Oh my God, I saw it earlier. Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to start.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's get a little photo op here. Yay. Thank you.
Oh, God. It's a little different being on this side of the lights. Most of you know that I've helped in the background running this thing for a long time. I was absolutely dumbfounded when Pam Haas called me this summer and said that I was going to be selected to receive the Golden Apple. I don't consider myself in the same league as the other 7 Golden Apple recipients to date: Lester Wunderman, Lee Epstein, Ralph Stevens, who's here tonight, Leon Henry of Blumenfield, who's here tonight and getting yet another award. Congratulations, Art. Bill Denhard, of course. Last year's recipient. Bill's here tonight, too, one of my dear friends. And least of all, Jim Prendergast. I miss Jim a lot. Jim actually was executive director preceding me. So I want to thank the past presidents of the DMCNY for this honor, and I am so proud that you consider me worthy. I've truly enjoyed working for all of the 25 DMCNY presidents since 1982. That was the year that the Direct Marketing Club was formed out of the 100 Million Club, if any of you remember that. So our organization has a rich history dating back over 90 years, if you can believe it. Look in your programs, you'll see some of the history. And I've been fortunate to be associated with this wonderful group for over 35 years. I, of course, want to thank my wife, Wendy, for her many years of patience, absolute patience and support. I could not have succeeded without you, honey. And thanks, too, to our 4 sons. With a name like Boysen, you expect girl daughters? And for their support, too, but they didn't have any choice in the matter. Much of my thanks has to go to Pete Hoke. Pete, thank you very much. Great man. Pete gave me my introduction to direct marketing in 1966, the year the post office gave us the zip code. 2 years later, he gave me something even better, the hand of his daughter, Wendy, my wife. And he eventually convinced me to join the company. Hoke Communications, HCI as we were known, I suspect perhaps to get Wendy back home in Garden City. We were in Toledo at the time. My task at HCI was to computerize the business. Pete wanted to bring the expensive outsourced tasks in-house and have more control over the business. Who doesn't want to do that? My mentor was Art Blumenfield, a dear friend. Pete knew him from Direct Marketing Day in New York. That was before it was Days in New York. And we ended up having Art's company at that time custom write software for the entire business, everything we did. It was also great to be able to work with my brother-in-law, Hank Hoke, who was in charge of the audiovisual arm of the company. HCI accumulated thousands of recordings from meetings and interviews, and Hank still has the originals of all of those. This is a unique history of the industry, and I shouldn't say industry because those of you who know me, direct marketing is a concept, it is not an industry, but a unique history from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I've truly enjoyed my work with DMCNY and made a lot of wonderful friends, and many, many, many of you are here tonight. Thank you so much. I've been able to have a small part in educating and helping hundreds of members of the club. DMC&Y has been fortunate to have a working board of directors, and I emphasize working. Every director is expected to take part and help out. It's just not a seat. As executive director, I provided the day-to-day back-end work to ensure that the goals set forth by the board were successful. And maybe I gave a little advice now and then. Now, you know DMC&Y is an acronym, stands for the Direct Marketing Club of New York, but it could also have other meanings, perhaps some of the ideals of the club. The D, for instance, can represent dedication, the dedication of the scores of people who have served the club over the years, the past presidents, the board members, the advisors, and the volunteers who have all given of their time and talents to make this club a success. The M, of course, could stand for membership. But it could also represent media. The fact that the concept of, as I said, the concept of direct marketing is independent of the medium used to effect the response or generate an order. Traditional advertising medium of mail, phone, TV, newspapers, and magazines have been expanded, not replaced, to include the internet, email, and social media. Today, the most successful direct marketing campaigns use multiple media, traditional as well as the newer media. And DMC&Y, through our luncheons and seminars, has helped us learn about these. The C represents community. The club is home to all those involved in direct marketing, both practitioners and service providers. It brings together those involved in traditional methods with those making use of the new digital capabilities made possible by the use of and the rise of big data. At our January luncheon each year, Bruce Beagle brings our community up to date on how the various media are performing and what we can expect in the coming year. So look forward to this January, please. The N represents networking. While texting and tweeting have their place, nothing beats in-person networking. Personal and business relationships are made, ideas are exchanged, questions are answered, friendships develop. DMC&Y events provide a place for members and non-members alike to meet and get to know and learn from each other. The Y represents yourself. When you dedicate yourself and take advantage of the membership, community, and networking that DMC&Y offers, you'll grow your knowledge, make new friends, and become part of something bigger than yourself. You'll support and be supported by others in the business. So I encourage any of you who are not yet Direct Marketing Club of New York members to join and see if I'm right. And for those of you who are members, please participate and volunteer. It's really rewarding. I hope to see many of you at our January luncheon meeting, and I'm sure Bruce would be happy to have you there too. So thanks again to the presidents of for this wonderful honor, and to all of you for being here tonight. I couldn't have had a better past 35 years.